Alejandro Mayorkas to run the Department of Homeland Security. We're going to talk about the first of many of President Biden's appointments, most of them inappropriate, probably. We're going to talk a little bit about Mayorkas, who served in the Obama administration, and why we think he's not fit for a position of public trust. Joining me is Matthew Tragesser, who's FAIR's communications specialist. He's going to give us a little bit of a rundown on what we know about Mr. Mayorkas and why he probably should not be confirmed as Secretary of Homeland Security. Welcome, Matthew.
Thanks for having me on, Dan.
You've been studying him for a little while, right?
Right. Alejandro Mayorkas, simply put, is the wrong person at the worst time to lead the Department of Homeland Security. It only reinforces the fact that the Biden administration wants to implement a radical immigration agenda, open borders, no interior enforcement, and he really has a concerning immigration track record, concerning future ambitions, and really just a concerning and controversial figure overall.
Well, he played a big role in the illegal DACA, the Deferred Action for Our Childhood Arrivals program, in the Obama administration, the one that Obama himself said he didn't have authority to do, which the Trump administration fought in court, not with much success, frankly, to try to end. So what can we infer from that?
Right. So he was a chief architect of the DACA program. It provides amnesty de facto amnesty to more than 700,000 illegal aliens. But not only was he a chief architect, he wants to balloon the program even more. He wants to soften the age requirement so the age could be lowered. This is a major problem at this time. And it's not even just with DACA. He has some future immigration initiatives that are really concerning that need to be highlighted. We're talking about he wants to unravel the migrant protection protocols, the MPPs, unravel asylum agreements with the Northern Triangle countries of Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. And combined, these really helped drive down southern border apprehensions. They restored integrity in our asylum system. And it's just a mistake, his views on our immigration system. It's really troubling.
Well, it sounds like he believes that the laws that Congress has enacted can be ignored and that the Homeland Security Secretary can just kind of rewrite the law, or the president can rewrite the law to let people in, give them American jobs, work documents, let them stay indefinitely, regardless of the limits set by Congress.
Absolutely. I mean, Mayorkas has a troubling legal past that must be highlighted here. There are two incidents I want to touch on. The first was when he was Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security in 2013 under President Obama. And during this time, it was concluded that he had secured EB-5 visas on 3 separate occasions for wealthy investors abroad in an inappropriate manner. And this is
these are these investor visa scams.
Right.
Your officials said that they had denied these visas for apparent fraud, and Mayorkas stepped in inappropriately and overrode their judgment.
Right. And Obama's Inspector General actually confirmed this in 2015. And this cannot be someone who leads one of the largest federal agencies of our country with more than 250,000 employees. This is certainly a troubling legal scandal that needs to be highlighted, that needs to be brought to more Americans, brought to their attention more. And it's not even that isolated incident. Before that, when he was the director of USCIS, he bent or outright ignored on several occasions laws and procedures at USCIS that happened to be so bad and so frequent that Senator Chuck Grassley issued a congressional investigation over this. So it's also troubling to see him have this passed, and he cannot be confirmed by the Senate.
Well, he also, during his sector in private practice, he kind of supervised or participated in the merger of Sprint and T-Mobile that wound up costing thousands of Americans their jobs. Clearly, he also said that it was going to create jobs. It did not create jobs, cost people jobs. He seems to have no concern at all about the impact of immigration on American workers at a time when we have 20 million Americans out of work, many more people suffering. He wants to push Congress to pass a mass amnesty in addition to providing work documents inappropriately to people here illegally. This seems like a very controversial nomination, and yet in many ways, this is only the first of many. Anything else you want to add, and what's FAIR doing to oppose his nomination?
Right. I mean, he couldn't be a worse figure at the worst time. As you said, we are battling with record unemployment. Tens of millions of Americans are unemployed. When our economy opens up again and improves, these jobs should be going to Americans and legal residents. They should not be going to legal aliens in our country. The initiatives implemented or plan to be implemented by Mayorkas are only going to encourage surges at our southern border, more migrant caravans, And it's really going to create a mess, not only for the economy, but also with the COVID-19 pandemic. If these migrants are coming undetected in the tens of thousands, I mean, there is a real public risk here. And again, FAIR will be monitoring him, calling out all of his actions are really putting America last. And again, it just shows the priorities of the Biden administration, what they want to do with immigration. It's not putting America first. And, I hate to say it, but our country is most likely going to suffer under his leadership.
Well, you think we ought to have our members contact their senators and tell them to oppose his nomination?
Absolutely. And also, monitor our social media feeds, our website at www.fairus.org. We have a lot of content on Mayorkas and also the other controversial picks the Biden administration have appointed. But like I said, we'll be monitoring this very closely and calling out.
He's got a lot of terrible picks. I mean, up in the White House, domestic policy staff, different agencies. He's pulling in people that are part of this cabal that have been sitting on a shelf since Obama, just bringing back the same old people, same old faces, people who've been freeloading off this sort of nonprofit payroll. It's people like Soros and others. Now it's Steve Jobs' widow basically providing money for these organizations, and just pulls them in. And we're going to be talking about every single one of those. And that's why you want to hit your subscribe button. Make sure you get all of FAIR's YouTube content going forward as we cover these various appointees in the coming weeks. Matthew, thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Stein, and we'll see you again shortly.